Definitely gonna have to take OnlyFans pictures in this because I feel hot. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. My name is Demonetized simply because I don't give a fuck, and welcome back to my channel. I know you're wondering, like, who did my amazing makeup? It was me. Why is there blood dripping from my lip? It's because today I woke up and I was in a funk. I didn't want to do anything. I was cleaning, but like I was on autopilot. I didn't like it. So I decided to dress how middle school me always wanted to dress. And middle school me always wanted to be a vampire. So I got this shirt with, and I did my makeup all red and black with some sparkles because I've always loved sparkles. And I just became a vampire. And now I feel like I can conquer the world, even though it's like 6 o'clock. It's already dark. it doesn't matter anymore, but it still mattered in the sense that it cheered me up. And with that, I kept thinking about all the things that I went through in middle school and elementary school and high school, and all the things that I went through. And I just wanted to put out a message to my past self. Obviously, my past self cannot hear this unless we discover time travel, but then it would derail everything in Dragon Ball Z level, Inception, whatever. Anyway, but I want to say this in case any random middle schooler happens to hear me or anyone who needs to hear this hears this. I do, like, whenever I do upload, I do say that my content is not for kids. So we'll see how many kids see this. But in general, this is just a message to my past self. So with that being said, here we go. Trigger warning, there's going to be a lot of talks of depression, suicide, things like that. So if you can't handle, please exit. This isn't for you. Elementary school, demonetized. Right now, you are, at least from the time of kindergarten to second grade before you move, you're fine. You're just having a good time. Go ahead, enjoy your time. It's all gonna be all right. Okay? You just be happy and giggly and bubbly. You are what I think about whenever I need to be a kid. So enjoy your time. Everything is great. Middle of second grade, demonetized, to the end of fifth grade. You're going through a rough time already. You don't feel smart because you're constantly told that you're not. You don't feel pretty because everyone is getting crushes on everybody else but you. And it's fine, but just know you are smart. You're very smart, in fact. You're going to grow up to be a very interesting woman. But honey, you need to put on some deodorant. But it's fine. Just know your body is changing a lot faster than all the other kids. And it's going to be hard for you to kind of get a grasp on how to handle it. Even as an adult, you still slip up every now and again. But understand, it just makes for great stories. So this is a struggle. You're going to hurt. And I'm sorry for that. And I wish I could go back and give you a hug. And I'm sorry that you're lonely from being bullied. I'm sorry you feel like you can't talk to anybody. And I know it hurts, but you just gotta power through it. I promise you, it gets better. Middle school, demonetized. The one who inspired this makeup look. First of all, you're going to grow up and have this theory that middle schoolers are not human. So basically right now, you are not a human being. You're this weird creature of hormones that you're just trying to figure things out. Also, you need to put in deodorant too. You actually started, but you need to keep doing that. Do that better. Honey, your hair is not going to do what the other people's hair do. Yours is different. Yours curls naturally. Yes, even though you straighten it every single week, try to anyway. I remember the poof Dora the Explorer hair that you used to have. It's a struggle, but you're going to learn it. You're going to conquer it. And obviously you're going to really get to do, and it's going to be fun. But you're going to go through a lot. This is time of just starting to self-discover. You're just barely scratching the surface. Twilight, yes, it's fun. You don't want a real Edward or Jacob in your life. All the other books that you read, I think it was mainly Twilight. It's fun to think about, but Edward in real life is not what you want. Trust me, you end up with an Edward, you don't want him. You end up with a Jacob, you don't want him. Ironically, it was the same person. You don't want him. On a serious note, middle school demonetized, we have something to talk about. You're 14 years old. He is 19 years old. That is not okay. And you know that's not okay. And I understand you're desperate for any kind of attention, any kind of affection. It's still not okay. What he asked of you is not okay. And it needs to stay that way. It's not okay. And he is the catalyst for a lot of things that will come after. He set things up for a lot of other bad people. And I'm sorry that you didn't feel like you could go to anybody and that you were actually excited to get that attention. But what the one before him was asking, even though he was your age, was also bad. But this one, this starts a lot of bad things. If I could go back in time, I would tell you not to do it. Am I proud of the person I am today? Yes. Would I be the person I am today without that? No. But I don't wish that on anybody to go through that experience. 5-year age gap at the age of 14 is not okay. But you should not be going for minors if you are not a minor. End of discussion. So middle school demonetized. You have a lot of things that you're about to go through. And it starts with that person when it comes to your romantic life. It's sad that you didn't feel like you could go to anybody or talk to anybody. But just know that your self-esteem does rise. You do have days where you feel pretty, where you can look into the mirror and like yourself. It's going to take a while. It's going to take a really long time. Trust me, it's going to take a lot of self-work, a lot. It's just going to take a lot, but you will get there. High school demonetized, freshman year, you're still not a human. Also, you're the biggest annoying weeb you will ever meet. If I could go back in time to my high school self, I would deck her right in the fucking face. I would deck that bitch. She was not okay. She was everywhere. But you meet your best friend, and she's amazing. You're still friends with her today. She is the father of your child. Genetics cannot tell me otherwise. It was her. And yes, you may have a crush on, I think has a crush on you at some point too. But you guys are just working better as friends. Also, high school demonetized, we need to get that self-esteem up. Because if middle school was here, you are now here. How did you go lower? Correction, I know how you went lower. It was because of that 9-2-year-old and some other people. You're not being bullied anymore. That ended in 8th grade after you got out of that particular group and you went into high school. It's all over. You're not going to get bullied anymore. This is where you need to start taking care of yourself. You need to start learning how to do makeup properly, because the blush goes here, not here, not here. I understand what you were thinking. Obviously, I was you. The thought process was a little different, but understand that it's still not okay. We can't have this. Keep watching your little YouTube tutorials. Keep learning. Practice. I know that you think you're not good at it, but you will get good at it at some point. You will be able to do this at some point. Also, your crease, you have hooded eyes. So just putting eyeshadow here does not work. You're not going to see anything. You open your eyes and it's gone. You can't do that. You can't do that. That's why we have to go up. We have to do explosive colors. We have to learn how to move our eyelids. You'll figure it out. It's going to take a while. Back onto the romantic scene of everything that damaged you. That one guy, you know who I'm talking about. The one who dated your friend and then you dated him. That was just a rebound. You know that was bad. You were torturing yourself. Why were you hurting yourself? You don't need to hurt yourself. The other one, you know exactly who I'm talking about. He is not good for you. And you know that. And you think you're not going to get anything better. But honey, you get better. And even now, even though I'm single talking to you now, it is perfectly okay to be single, because you realize what your standards are and what you deserve. You deserve those anime boys you've been simping over since you were 5 years old. You deserve your tuxedo mask. You deserve your Gohan. You deserve all of it. You deserve it. So why are you sitting there hurting yourself, just going with anyone who shows you any type of interest, thinking that you will then develop interest in them? You didn't develop interest in any of them. You never liked B. I'll call him B. You never liked B. You never liked B. You never liked M. You never liked them. You did have a crush on D. Back in freshman year, but he dumped you, and it's okay. It did sting, but it was whatever. Like, I barely remember that breakup, in all honesty. And to be fair, yeah, because you were so insecure and so hidden, you didn't even tell your parents whenever you got a boyfriend. The times that it did happen. Except for that one time, but that was fun. So high school demonetized. You're going through a lot. High school sucks. And don't worry, it is not the best years of your life. In fact, I would label it one of the worst years of my life. Sophomore year demonetized, your grades are going to plummet because you're not used to having to take responsibility. And also your depression is going to get bad. Junior year demonetized. You're going through a lot. I understand. Obviously, I was in your position. I know what was happening. Just breathe. It's okay to go down into a depressive state, but you have to get back up. Stop pushing your friend away. She's there for you like she will always be. You have to get back up. That's the only way I can say it. So get down and cry, but get back up. Senior year demonetized? I understand you're trying, but college isn't for us. Right now, I'm sitting here with an unfinished associate's degree that I will finish at some point, but after that, school is over for us. College isn't for us, and it's a damn shame that they only teach that way and that path. If I could go back in time and create an alternate universe, Dragon Ball Z style, I wouldn't go to college. I would go straight into hair school. I would go into a trade. I would focus on what I wanted first. Because the idea that you need to go straight into college is ridiculous. It's not the only path. There's trade school. There's going straight into the workforce. There's having them teach you. There's figuring out what the heck you want. It's okay to not know what you want to do. I don't know anybody who immediately knew what they wanted to do. In fact, I might have gone into the military. Maybe, probably not. Knowing what I know now, I wouldn't do that. But if I didn't have freaking daddy issues, I probably would have gone into the military. Done that for 2 years and then gotten out. But everybody pressured me to do it, and nobody was ever asking, what do you want to do? They kept saying, this is what you need to do. Don't do that. Stop listening to them. You're not going to, because obviously things already happened, but keep that in mind. And back to middle school demonetized real for a second. I understand you're really sad. I understand you found this word depression, to help you. But don't do it. And I know we have very low tolerance for pain, but even just running it up and down, it may have felt good in the moment, but you know what you wanted to do. Looking at those chemicals, you know what you wanted to do. And I just want to say I'm really happy you didn't do it. I'm really happy you didn't do it. Now, don't get me wrong. This is an illness we are going to suffer from for the rest of our life. It's not going to go away. And sometimes it does pop back up. Oh, that's an option. I could do that. It is an option. But even now, even though I'm not in the best place, even to be making this video, I'm still really glad I didn't do it. Because things may be hard right now, really hard. Struggle every day just to get out of bed. But I'm still glad I didn't do it. High school demonetized. I'm still glad you didn't do it too. I know you thought about it. Oh God, I know you thought about it. I know what you're doing every month whenever Aunt Flo comes around, and first you started off with 2, and then you came out with 4, 6, 8. I think I got up to like 12 and took a nap and was out for the rest of the day. I wonder why. I wonder why I was asleep for the rest of the day. I took 12 ibuprofen. God, that's definitely probably going to have some health things later on down the road. But look at you, you're still alive. And you're still here, and you're still kicking. And now you're full of spite. And now you're not going down because you have too much spite. It's okay. We're not going down. We're gonna fight. I'm gonna fight just because I need to. I'm gonna fight just because so many things tried to kill me over the years. Nah, bitch, now I'm just alive just because. Fuck y'all, I'm still here. What you gonna do? You wanna kill me, bitch? I don't wanna be here. But I'm not gonna be the one to take myself out. Then you win, bitch. Fuck that shit. I'm not doing that. I'm laughing because it's so true. After high school demonetized, you were very confused. In fact, I will consider us, let's see, I would consider after high school demonetized ages 18 to 20. Reason for that, you're in limbo and you're starting to get your footing when it comes to guys ish. You're starting to realize that you deserve better, which I'm proud of you for. However, you realize you deserve better, but your idea of better is still settling. Honey, you still don't deserve that. You still don't deserve that. You still don't deserve in the guy's dad's truck. Now, it was the beginning of your hoe phase, which don't worry about it. You still are in your hoe phase. Check out your OnlyFans down below, honey. You're still in your hoe phase. It's okay. It's fine. We're going to stay here for a little bit. It's actually really fun to be here. But you're starting to learn how to do this safe, how to be in your hoe phase safely, which is great. You're starting to learn that you deserve better, which is also great. You're starting. And the thing is, you started from negatives. Right now you're growing from the point of 0 after high school, but you started way down here, so you did really good. But in reality, you're still here when everyone else is like here, so you still have some catching up to do. We're still currently like here. You're getting it. That one relationship would be it. I know it's still going on. It lasted 4 years, honey. It's gonna be a minute, but although it's very damaging, is not the worst that you dealt with. Honey, we're dealing with some memories now that we didn't realize that we remembered that's coming back up, which is, it's fun. It's an experience, but it's okay. We're going to get through it like we get through everything else. Just meantime, figure everything out. I wish you would put some money aside. That would be really great, but we're in our early 20s. Well, this is like, but we're fresh out of high school. I completely understand. Take your time. Have fun. Buy things. Money is fun. Shop therapy. Just realize that you're going to realize later on that shop therapy it's not a valid form of therapy. It's a oopsie. But keep going. Don't worry about the guy with the same name as you. Don't worry about that middle school bad boy that you had that one thing with. Oh, fun, yes, but yeah, you're not a good friend. Also, speaking of you being a good friend, stop it. Stop her. Stop it. She deserves better than you. She deserves what you're doing right now. If you were a good friend, you would not have shut your mouth. You would have gotten up, said what you were thinking, and moved on. Because she's dealing with something else right now. You may be dealing with something else too, but you need to be a better friend. If not, you will lose her. In fact, we almost did lose her because of stupid actions that you did. Stop being a dumb bitch. I will fight you. God, I was an idiot back in the day. Still am an idiot. I'm just an aware idiot. Age 20 to age 21, a year. You met someone, you think you love him. You don't. You think he's the one. He's not. What it is that he is a good guy and he will make someone's husband someday. But he's not for you. And the reason you think he is for you is because you knew him for a long time. The reason you think he's for you is because he treats you nicely. And that's one thing that no one has ever done yet. Out of all these guys, out of all these girls who have just hurt you and ran through you, he is paying attention to you. But if you paid attention in the beginning, you would realize that he wasn't for you. His place is here, your place is there. He is not for you. I can't say this any other way, but you're not going to listen to me. And if ages 21 through now didn't happen, I would have said go ahead, you would have learned so much from him. And you did learn a lot from him, but it was through an unnecessary amount of pain. Age 21, demonetized. Yes, that does say positive. You are pregnant. She is the best thing that has ever happened to you. You are going to be a mom. Congratulations. This does throw a big wrench in those plans, of moving out, but you know it was probably for the best. Trust me, looking back now, it was for the best. Because you would have ended up moving in with, you know who, with C. You would end up moving in with C. But you didn't have the money to move out anyway. You were just going to make it work. Things like that. It would have been fine. You were fine. Now, you're pregnant. You have some decisions to make. You made almost all of the right decisions. And looking back on it, I'm proud of you from what you did. It was amazing. You stepped up like that. You went through high and hell. You did your best to keep the families together. Just know that not everything works out. All those thoughts that you had about C were right. He's not for you. He showed you multiple times he's not for you. And what you learned was that you can't listen to other people who are not in your relationship. You can't. I know who you're listening to, and yes, she is still a good friend of ours, but she wasn't in our relationship. Her views don't match up with your views 100% of the time. You have to realize that you have to speak for yourself. I will say this again. You have to speak for yourself. If not, everything goes south. That's why we didn't get a chance to enjoy our baby shower or our gender reveal. That's why things happened the way they did, because you didn't speak out for yourself. So now you have this little squishy, and now you have to sit there and make this decision. Do you continue on with this relationship and have Squishy look at you and look up at you with those big, beautiful eyes of hers and see her mother in a relationship that she doesn't want to be in, and therefore she thinks that she's going to be in a relationship that she doesn't want to be in? Or do you show her that although it would be nice for her to grow up in a two-parent home, that sometimes you have to choose you? And if, since you have to live in your body with your life every single day, then you have to take care of yourself. And I know what you chose, and you obviously chose to be single because obviously we're still in our hoe phase. But it was the right decision. Which now brings us up to today. 23 years old. Still here. Still depressed. Still dealing with a lot of trauma. And still having struggles. But like I said it before, I live on spite at this point, bitches. And I dare you to try to take my ass out. Because, bitch, if, if everything else I've been through couldn't take me out, then whatever you can throw at me cannot take me out. I dare you to try. So, that was today's video. Very random, very, yeah. But it's something I can think about. I got a lot darker than I thought it was going to, but it is what it is. Check out my OnlyFans and my Twitter down below. And remember to love thy neighbor as thyself, and have a great day. Bye.